Hello, welcome to another Movie Clips trailer review. I'm Jimmy,
I'm Andrew.
Mike.
and today we are reviewing the Wachowski duo, no longer brother,
With Tom Tykler. Tykler.
directed effort
The
Cloud
triple director.
triple directed feature Cloud Atlas.
And appropriately, with 3 directors, it has a trailer that's 3 times the length of the usual trailer.
And the total running time of the film is rumored to be around 3.5 hours. So
I think it's actually 2 hours and 44 minutes.
really,
It's 164 minutes.
oh, you think they cut it down?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Rated R.
that's the length of what played
The
at Cannes
the
Film
con
Festival.
cut was
Was it longer?
Was like 3:20, right?
Oh,
3 hours
okay.
and 20 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
So
the
they're
Cannes
really
cut
going
had
epic.
great comments from people. A lot of people.
All
thought
I
it
know
was
is
very
this trailer looks pretty epic.
So
I
let's,
mean, the
let's-
scope of what they're trying to capture with this movie is pretty amazing.
It's all over the place. I mean, the timeline of this.
Explain.
Let's just dive into it.
Yeah, I have to give Warner Brothers credit for this.
Warner Brothers, man.
Because it's rated R. It's has
They're
all
just
of these crazy
going
All right.
for
things.
it.
So I mean, first of all, we're on a ship. Okay.
This
so
is
that's
kind of
like
master and commander.
Yeah.
feeling.
The timeline of this film, as someone who hasn't read the book, I mean, it's daunting to just even
Yeah.
like wrap my head around it.
Yeah,
Because
The only thing we're missing is cavemen.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. But maybe you
A
don't-
bone
you never
thrown in
know.
the sky.
They might. They,
Both thrown in the sky. He's
That's
mixing
totally-
up a
They
little
might-
potion
they
here
might
or
be there.
something.
yeah, he's doing something.
Ben Winshaw,
Great actor.
an actor I very much admire, is going to be the new Q in the
Exactly.
Oh,
Skyfall.
very
Yes.
cool.
Yeah, and you know that they said that the
This is
Wachowski-
kind of an
This is
interesting
very
shot.
interesting here because now
They're
we're
sort of bridging the two time realities
so he's
into one shot.
presumably this old man is reading some of the things that the young man has written. Presumably.
Well, he's also the young man is looking for corresponding letters between people years ahead of him or years behind him.
And I
So
think
it could be what that old man is.
one of the things about this trailer that's so cool is that because it's so long, all the shots
Can actually they hold
they
out.
really
Yeah.
hold. So
Yeah.
you really get a good feel. It's not like your
And-
typical trailer where it's like cut,
Yeah.
cut.
And what's interesting, it looks like he's in a hotel room here,
Right.
doesn't it? I mean, like, it's got the hotel phone. It's
So
not,
I would say this is like 60s, based
Yeah.
on the phone and the decor.
Yeah.
I would say 60s. But that's got to put it like at least 120 years, 200 years past when the other guy is.
Well, that could look like it's from the 1800s.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah. Okay, maybe 100
1860s.
years.
100 years, 150 years.
Yeah. No, it's interesting too because apparently Tom Tykwer, who directed Run Lola Run and Perfume, movies that we all I think like. Perfume is very underrated. I think.
Yes, perfume I liked.
He directed part of this movie, and apparently the Wachowskis had their own crew, their own DP, their own ACs and everything, and Tom had his own crew, and they would go through the script and kind of divide things up. I think for a movie like this, in which there are
So they would have different scenes within each time things that were
the-
directed by
exactly
different.
directed by
Wow,
different
very
guys,
interesting.
and apparently the only consistency was the actors. So completely different
Whoa.
crews. I think for this kind of movie, which spans many years and the
Many
same-
millennia. It
millennia.
honestly seems
Yeah.
like that.
and spans it has the same actors playing different characters, maybe reincarnated. I think that's very wise decision.
Are you familiar with the book?
I am not. I read
Are
a
you?
little bit about it.
No,
I haven't read
I
the
know
book.
that it's.
Yeah, but
yeah,
apparently
supposedly, what's his name plays a very evil character in this movie.
Vigo, or not Vigo.
Not
sorry.
Viggo Mortensen.
Agent Smith.
Hugo Weaving?
Hugo
no,
Weaving.
no.
Oh, really? Not him.
Not him.
Tom Hanks.
Nope.
One of them.
All right,
One of
we'll,
them.
we'll find him.
figure it
He
out.
plays someone who's very evil. I don't think he's even in the trailer.
So we see
Apparently-
our first appearance of Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, Cloud Atlas means the cloud is the ever-changing manifestation, and the atlas means the fixed human nature. I don't know what that means, but that's something I just read.
So either these people are immortal or oh my god, wait. So first of all, we need to talk about what we have paused here, because this is Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Where? This guy right here.
That guy.
Yeah, where is
Wow.
right?
Damn.
Like you almost
That
wouldn't realize
is
it.
Amazing.
He's doing
Look
his
at
best Ice-T impersonation.
Yeah. It looks like, he
Like,
belongs
that
in a Grand Theft
goatee
Auto game.
is definitely
Oh my
got to
god,
win an Academy Award for
that
makeup.
goatee is so.
I wish I was
And
there
his
the first
ears,
time
look
he
at
put
those
the makeup
ears.
on.
He's got like Klingon
Yeah.
ears.
He's
or
got
something.
mutton chops.
He's got some Klingon ears going on.
He has such a sense of humor as a person. I kind of wish
But-
we were there. Just to, they got some behind the scenes footage of him first coming out of the
Wait a
makeup
second.
chair. you know?
I didn't realize upon first watching that this was Tom
I
Hanks
did not
until
know that.
just now, and
It's pretty awesome.
I think this is
It
going to
is
be
amazing.
this will be an internet.
tattoos
meme.
on the
This will be an
fingers.
internet meme for sure. Oh my god.
Totally.
But
Tom Hanks
what-
doesn't approve.
But like obviously this has got to be years later or a different time, like an
Yeah.
alternate timeline or
And
I
alternate
she
universe.
plays an Indian here.
I think
Because yeah, she's all Hindi.
from what I hear in the book, they are the same soul. Reincarnations of the same soul, and they all have the same birthmark, but it's different periods in the universe.
That's how they find each other.
Yeah, yeah.
That kind of sounds like
There was
Hancock,
a really
to be honest
interesting
with you.
movie called Made in
Like
Heaven.
I'm gonna be honest. That sounds a
Sounds
little bit
like
like
Hancock.
Hancock.
Did
Well,
you
you
ever
know-
see the movie Made in Heaven?
No, I've seen Made in Manhattan
No, Made in
with
Heaven.
Ray Fiennes, and I like that movie.
Made in
What's
Heaven.
Made in Heaven?
It's very good.
Oh my god.
It's about reincarnation.
Oh, cool.
Okay. so-
Reincarnation is something that a lot of films don't really tackle.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Louisa Gray, Spyglass Magazine.
You know, to me, the
Oh, he plays
Wow.
the bad guy.
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant plays like a
Really?
super evil bad guy. in
Really?
this, Yes. I
That's
saw
interesting.
interviews with him saying it's the evilest
Is
character
that what
he's
is that
ever
what the S
played.
for?
Super evil.
if it's more evil than his character in Notting Hill, then we have something.
I've
on
never
our hands
seen
here.
Hugh Grant do anything evil.
He's supposed
ever.
to play a super evil character.
I love Hugh Grant. I'm not
which
gonna
is
lie.
like
I love
totally
him.
a misdirect, I think.
Yeah, that's really fascinating.
Who's this old?
Jim
crazy
Broadbent
old-
is the
okay.
actor.
Crazy old guy.
Yeah, he's wonderful. You know,
I think that's the technical term for his
Topsy turvy,
character.
Gangs in New York, his boss Tweed. You know, Moulin
Now, are
Rouge.
they in love with each other?
I hope so.
Okay, wait. So Tom
Wait.
Tom Hanks
Tom Hanks.
is on a tour de force of bad
Wait,
haircuts.
this is the best. The 3 Mile Island picture right here.
yeah.
He must be a nuclear physicist.
Yeah, look at
yeah.
that old school
He's
Look at
picture.
that
got,
old computer.
he's got
His
like
old
this
pet
atom.
computer.
He's got the atom on his jacket. It's the
Yeah.
same.
Oh, see, he works for that company.
Yeah. So
They're a nuclear power company.
yeah, but
some
honestly,
sort.
like if these are the only two
This
haircuts
is-
they're showing us in the trailer, I cannot even wait for what the film has in store.
See,
I
look,
mean, I'm
they
sure-
all. She works
yeah.
there too because they got the. They definitely have the nuclear logo on all these.
What are you doing in here?
I love this shot. That's
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
beautiful
these
shot.
shots
The
are
two
amazing.
different trains.
Yeah, two different trains.
Now, this is actually, they shot this in Germany, and this is considered to be the most expensive German production ever made. It's something upwards of $140 million
Were
budget.
spent in Germany alone.
Yeah, in Germany. Yeah, because they shot it in Germany.
Oh, the whole
So
movie
now-
was shot in Germany.
Yeah.
Now, why
I think
was
this
that?
is-
I think
Tax rebates?
I'm not really sure. That's a good question. Maybe it's something to do with like the Art Deco. This kind of gives off a
a
feel
lot
of
of
Art
locations.
Deco. A lot of locations.
I think this is your bone in the air shot of cavemen.
This could be it.
Because
Except
look,
I think
I'm-
he's in the
well,
future
hold
because
on, wait,
look
hold
at
on.
her face.
Yeah,
Wait.
he's got
Look,
like
look,
scars.
she's got she's got implants. These are like
Are they
this
implants?
is
Are
this
they
is
like?
futuristic
Is it like?
implants.
Is it like
You
African?
know what that
this
reminds
is,
me
this
of?
is
like
a Star
African
Trek
body-
episode right here. Next
Is it like
generation.
body? Is it like body art? You know,
Yeah,
when they like scar.
it
Like
reminds
in
me of-
tribes, they like scar people.
Maybe.
There's this great thing in Batman Beyond, the TV show. Okay,
But
I
he
watched
has
Batman
he
Beyond.
has some really weird
Batman
like
Beyond
these
has
face tattoos.
this
Yeah.
thing
Doing
where
his
they
Mike
like.
Tyson.
This guy's Mike Tyson. He doesn't want to be sued. Warner Brothers has already been sued once for the Mike Tyson.
So they went with the
tattoo.
other eye.
They don't want to be
Yeah.
sued again. So
Oh my god.
Batman Beyond, watch Batman Beyond because they do stuff like that. They have kind of like genetic tattoos and genetic kind of alterations, and it's kind of a hip, stylish thing to do.
and now,
Whoa.
what is this?
Now this is like-
pretty amazing. What
So
does
this
that
is
say?
obviously the future.
Papa song. Papa song. It's Papa song.
So they're obviously investing in some kind of dim sum
Papa
restaurant.
song.
It looks like those Russian doll things that you put on.
This is pretty awesome.
One another.
It's
Yeah, so
walking
it's
on
like
the,
it's like a futuristic McDonald's kind of place.
yeah,
But with a fish in the glass.
where everyone is identical. Now, I wish we knew how to translate Japanese. We could get.
I think it's.
I think this is
it's
Korean, actually. Yeah, it's not Japanese. It's Korean.
And I think
So,
G
cloning-
is one of the main characters.
I know you are
Apparently, they all kind of revolve around this character.
This is almost like
one way
a
or
Babel.
But
kind of
this is
story.
not.
Yeah.
That's not Tom Hanks there.
I don't think so.
No.
This
Like
is very-
I'm just like, where did this futuristic world come from?
Apparently, this all started on the set
But wait,
of.
the futuristic. Is that Tom Hanks there?
It's no, I think that's who we just
Or
saw.
is that-
the
okay, so
man and the Korean woman.
This is the
My
correct.
life was headed in one direction. Today,
So this film all started with
never
on the set of V for Vendetta.
Now-
Natalie Portman gave
this
the
shot.
Wachowskis.
Wait a second. This shot we have to go back to
A
because it
copy
really
of the
reminds
book.
me of something I've seen before. What's those like the futurist?
Oh, so see, look.
It,
this
it looks
is-
like
this
Vanilla
is-
Sky has the same cinematographer.
This is definitely another nuclear
John
power
Toll.
plant here,
Yeah.
and clearly a green screen shot, but pretty good.
Right, but so is this in the '60s? This looks more. This almost
Yeah.
looks like On the Way to San Diego. when
That
you see
is.
this.
That looks
Yeah.
like the one in San Onofre.
Yeah, San Onofre power plant. Just calling it right now. Even though it's a green screen, there's no way they could film there.
Not if they're in Germany.
That's a hell of an stance.
Now,
the law.
And then they've entered the world of
Best
Snatch.
shot ever.
yeah, it's a little goofy. Oh,
That
who's
was like
that?
Snatch. That felt like Snatch.
Who was that girl? The Madonna.
Is that Claire Danes? With like a prosthetic nose?
Sure.
I don't
No,
know.
who?
This-
that
this- this-
character?
I'm not sure if we'll ever.
Forgive
know.
us.
That
if-
looks like the
forgive
girl.
us if
That
we're
actually
kind of
the girl
running
from
around.
Twilight.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but that's definitely Bronte.
Determine the course of our lives.
Now, this
See,
trailer
I'm
is
thinking-
definitely very emotional. Did
Yeah.
you guys feel like some deep, sort of like emotion stirring?
Well, after a 5-minute long trailer, it's a bit unusual. I kind of was trying to piece together what was going
See,
on.
okay, so this is like.
If it was shorter, I might have been more emotional. It
so
definitely
that's Hugh.
feels
That's
See,
Hugh. There's
that's,
Hugh Grant.
That's the evil
There's-
character I was telling you. he
There's Hugh
plays.
Grant. So, obviously, he has some place in this time traveling
Well,
or
he just
this
killed someone right here.
this sprawling timeline.
He whacks this
So
guy.
this looks like it's almost like Viking or prehistoric kind of. And then there's
Great
a giant
effects.
giant artichoke
It's a
in the
rosebud.
sky.
Artichoke is amazing. A lotus flower.
Yeah.
There's the top hats. Slavery.
See, it is.
Huh?
It is tribal.
Well, it's different tribal though.
Like if you go back, you can see Tom Hanks here. He's like Daniel Plainview and
Yeah.
Prospecting.
Prospecting.
Well, there seems to be 3 manifestations of Tom Hanks.
I've counted 4.
4?
I've
Okay, so
counted
there's
I've
this
counted
guy.
Ice-T with the goatee.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've counted
This
the
guy.
really creepy doctor guy with the
Yeah,
the
and that,
turtleneck.
and this dude. That's the only
This
ones
one,
I've
no,
seen.
and then
And the
the
guy
guy
with
face
the
tattoo.
tattoo.
Oh,
Face
right,
tattoo.
right. Okay, 4.
So that's
Very
at least
cool.
4 different
Yeah.
timelines.
Yeah,
at
4
least.
different.
Unto others. Past
And then that's
and present.
probably very.
Oh my gosh! Wait.
So they acknowledge that this is the present. That's interesting. Or maybe just in context of the trailer, they say that that's the present.
I mean,
So that's right
Tom
there.
Hanks.
Tom Hanks, right there, with some contacts in, right?
Yeah, and some bling. All he
Very,
needs is a
very
Bluetooth
cool.
earpiece to.
Haven't
really
seen
confuse the
him
look.
go through that much of a transformation since
it's-
The Lady Killer,
It's insane.
a movie I liked.
It's pretty awesome. That
So
breaking
see, look,
down the.
we can see here again. Right there, you can.
Yeah.
It's definitely.
I think that's in the future, honestly.
I think you might be right, actually. Now that I really look at it.
It looks very future because they have like this very intricate.
Yeah, but she has this
cloth.
and this bag here.
Yeah, the bag's
is
very
way
futuristic,
too.
way too designed.
Yeah,
It's very Prada, 2000.
circa like
70
2015
or
or something.
something.
Yeah, I mean
That's gorgeous.
that
That's
is just
an
insane.
amazing.
So
shot.
insane.
really gorgeous.
Glass
so
highway.
insane. The glass highway is just out of control. I mean,
It's
it's taking
amazing.
like everything that they did right in Speed Racer
Yeah.
and
I-
and everything they did
I
right in
really
the
like
Matrix.
Speed Racer.
I like Speed
Yeah.
Racer too.
Yeah.
I watch it with my son all the time.
Yeah,
he
and that's
loves
of
it.
course the last movie that the Wachowskis directed in a row.
Well,
I
And
mean, it
interestingly
was
enough-
just such a weird movie. I don't think
Yeah.
this is pretty cool. Now, what's nice about all these shots, they still feel fresh.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like the future stuff feels like, oh, okay, I've seen that.
It does. It's
It
not
very-
like Total Recall where it just looks like an amalgamation of other futuristic set pieces we've seen. It looks unique.
Like
in and of
even that
itself.
ship had a unique feeling. to
Yeah.
Yeah,
it.
I mean, it definitely feels like they've really reinvented it, put their
Yeah.
own twist on it.
Yeah, and it may not be functional, but it looks unique and it looks great. Like the idea of a glowing road or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, that shot,
I believe
really.
I
A lot of
would
people
never
die.
What I did today. I feel
Now, do you think this movie's gonna have a lot of voiceover? Kind of feels like.
It might
I
be a
don't know.
Terrence Malick kind of thing where it's so.
Yeah, it's
See,
this is
that's
definitely
clearly
scope-
futuristic. Look at that eye
future,
patch.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
The scope might be so vast that they may need to do a lot of voiceover, you know, and they may have to write it in post production.
Oh,
This shot.
This is amazing.
Wow.
So epic.
Wow.
And the camera actually even moves in that
Yeah,
shot.
it's
That's-
that's a, we gotta watch that one again because
That
that
is
is like
amazing.
an
It's quite gorgeous.
incredibly well done.
And it doesn't feel like.
It's
And
gotta
there's-
be motion control.
yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, that alone is a hard shot to do, but then to actually have the
The
camera move
rotate
too-
into the water. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and then death is the first word we see there.
That was death, life, and birth,
Uh-huh.
which would imply that like there's like a either
Well,
an
that
afterlife
could be the
or a
moment that
reincarnation.
character dies
Yeah.
in the story, right?
The way that
version
the
of
way that
that
it seems,
version.
maybe it's there's like this death, then there's an afterlife, and then there's a reincarnation or a rebirth.
Yeah.
So maybe some of these storylines are actually afterlife
That's really.
storylines.
That shot, I don't know why, that's very beautiful.
It's
the
really
idea
beautiful.
of
It's just
avoiding
very
gunfire
poetic.
by. I don't know why. A lot of stuff.
See, and that's
is
him
very
sensing that she drowned.
interesting. Maybe.
Again, future, present, past.
That's our first shot of
and those who tried
Of who?
upended.
Holy crap!
Look at
Hugo
this
Weaving.
shot.
This is so epic.
Farewell.
Look at that flooding.
So originally, Natalie Portman was supposed to have a role in this because she's the one who gave the Wachowskis the book on the set of V for Vendetta that inspired them to pursue getting the rights to the book. And she was gonna have a role. Apparently, though, you know, she became pregnant and couldn't film it. I don't know what role she would have had. Maybe Halle Berry's or something.
I mean, this is kind of like this extended montage we're in now, where they're getting much more into like the typical
Yeah.
kind of trailer where you're just getting like
And
little.
this is the most emotional of it. I think.
Yeah. I
Oh,
know,
yeah.
Because at this point it really has built up.
Oh,
into
yeah.
This really epic.
Still don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
But we know it
like
looks
that
great.
shot was so
That was
cool.
amazing.
That
and then there's
flame.
like a gremlin or a
Yeah.
goblin or something in the forest. I like the title treatment a lot.
Yeah.
what kind of reinforces
clouds.
that everything is
Yeah.
connected
Yeah.
sort of idea.
It reminds me of the Bourne Ultimatum. They kind of had that thing too with the lines creating the titles. But
See, there's the car sinking.
this reminds me a lot of The Fountain, which was a movie I admired more than I enjoyed. I have a feeling I'm going to enjoy this a lot more than The Fountain. But I'm really impressed with Warner Brothers
Well-
that they gave a movie that has this running time, like they approved a 150-minute running time beforehand. Apparently, it went up to 164, and they were happy with that anyway. And it's rated R, and it has this kind of budget. I'm really
I mean, does
impressed.
this have Oscar
Yeah.
written all over it?
Maybe it almost looks too ambitious for Oscars too. It just looks so.
It could be one of those kind of movies where it comes out, there's a handful of people that really get it, they lobby for it, it gets nominated, and like 10 years down the line, it becomes this
yeah.
icon
Yeah.
of,
Or becomes forgotten, like. The
or
Fountain.
or it becomes completely forgotten. But I mean, obviously
I didn't like The Fountain.
Yeah.
they've made a name for themselves. The Wachowskis have made a name for themselves by making, obviously The Matrix.
Yeah. And they stuck to Warner Brothers.
completely-
Warner Brothers has been pretty loyal to them.
Right, but they redefined a genre to an extent, but they haven't really had a success.
Well,
Yeah.
they've only made
Since
one
then.
other movie. I mean,
Yeah. Since then, it's just been Speed Racer.
Speed
Yeah, they
Racer.
did Speed Racer, they did
And-
V for Vendetta.
Yeah.
and
Well, they produced V for Vendetta and wrote it, I think.
and then they also did. They
Ninja
presented
Assassin.
Ninja Assassin.
Yeah. So this is them kind of getting their philosophy back on that they had with the Matrix.
Yeah.
So I'm excited, and this was accompanied by a director's introduction on Apple, where
Which you should. We'll hopefully can we link to it?
Obviously,
we
we're
can
gonna
put that
link
out
to all
there.
this.
Yeah.
We're actually putting this up before we have the
Yeah.
permission to put the entire trailer up, but we will have the entire trailer
Mm.
very soon.
And the director's, I found the director's kind of commentary or introduction very interesting, because I think it's the first time that we've seen Lana Wachowski, Larry, since she became a woman.
Why don't you
talk
go into
publicly.
that? Because I don't know if everyone.
Well,
out
no,
there
yeah,
knows.
yeah, he would, he had a
And
sex change or
the
whatever.
duo known as Andy and Larry Wachowski, the brothers Wachowski, are now the brother and sister Wachowski
Yeah.
after Larry Wachowski had a sex change and now goes by the name of Lana.
They're no longer the Wachowski brothers; they're just the Wachowskis.
Yes.
I think that's kind of cool that he finally came out and kind of made a public appearance. Maybe he has made public appearances,
And I'm
before.
sure the
I
job
just
is
never
really
seen it.
good,
Yeah.
given the money he made on the Matrix. Probably
Yeah.
hired the top
Probably.
surgeon.
Yep.
Good for him.
Yes.
So I'm in consensus. If I had one criticism maybe for the film, is that we're never gonna know what this movie is, no matter how long your trailer is.
Until
When you see the movie, you might not even know what the movie is.
Yeah.
So
know.
I think it might almost be a disservice to make a trailer this long. I mean, there's obviously enough visuals and enough poetry in the
But
narration.
I think that this trailer at this length makes you feel that this movie is like an event movie.
I agree.
Oh, it's
Like,
certainly
if you
an
just kind of
event.
chop it up.
I agree.
I cannot think of one way that they could have shortened this and given you a sense of the
The
scope.
scope. I
Because
hear
if they
you.
had just like peppered in shots of the future and shots of the past and
Yeah.
shots of car accident, there's just so much going on
I hear you.
on the screen that I think it'd be almost impossible to.
Well, I would
Give you a
argue
good idea.
that maybe they might have blown their wad too early.
Really?
Well,
you don't
I-
think there's any surprises?
Well, it's coming
I mean,
out
it's
in
coming out
October,
October 26th, so they got. I mean, it's
I
really,
almost
it's
wish
not
there was
too
a
early.
teaser trailer of just like it, kind of like The Life of Pi, just like pulse boom, interesting shot, pulse boom, interesting shot. No idea, maybe like just very vague voiceovers. But I think they could have built up maybe a little bit more. Maybe the first thing we see as a 6-minute extensive trailer, which doesn't really tell us as much about it as any other trailer would have, I think.
But this is the first piece of promotional material. I
We've
doubt.
seen
I
it.
It's
highly,
definitely unique.
I
I
highly
agree,
doubt.
it's
I
definitely
It's only
highly
a few
doubt.
months away.
I
That's
highly
true.
doubt they're gonna have another. They might have like a TV spot, but they're not
Well,
gonna have like.
I think they'll have
a
another
huge promotional campaign behind this.
No, you're right,
I
you're
doubt.
right, you're right.
I doubt.
No, I
don't-
think you're right. And I think they'll probably have another 2-minute and 30-second TV or trailer to put in front of theaters.
You don't think they'll show this?
I think
in
they'll show
theaters?
this in
I don't
theaters.
think so.
I think they'll
I
show
think
us.
it's too long.
But they would. David Fincher showed that like 4.5-minute long
The 3.5
dragon tattoo.
Yeah, was that ever in theaters?
Yeah.
Oh
No,
yeah,
it was.
and that
Oh,
was
okay.
like epic.
I
you
never
you
saw
go
it in
into the
theaters.
theater and you're just like watching the movie and
Yeah.
fast forward,
Yeah.
hitting all the beats. This is just so abstract that it's
Yeah.
just very hard to kind of say, I know exactly what this movie's going to be like.
I'm
And
not,
I really
I'm
like
not saying
that.
it was a bad marketing move. I'm just kind of like opening up the discussion
Right.
of
Yeah.
because it's a very unique marketing move, And I
think
couldn't
it's
be
a
more
very
proud
it's
of
a
Warner
very
Brothers. I
unique
think that's
movie.
very-
It's going to be interesting to see how the 3 different directors handled. Like you were saying, if they're intercutting the sort of same actors in the same time period, but with different crews,
Yeah,
it's going to be interesting to see how
yeah.
that feels.
Yeah.
Movie looks amazing. This trailer is definitely amazing.
Yeah.
I think we'll all be there October 26th to review it.
Definitely. Very excited.
great.
It's a fantastic art piece so far. But I'm just calling it right now. Tom Hanks wins Academy Award for Best Makeup just for the goatee.
Just for the Klingon ear?
The goatee. I'm saying it right now. It's gonna be an internet meme. And
I think that
by-
acting, in terms of Oscars, the acting this year has a lot going for it between The Master, Django, maybe this, Lots to look forward to.
A lot of big movies.
Yep. But we're very excited.
Yep.
So signing off.
Jimmy,
Thanks a lot, Mike.
Andrew.
comment below.
Good.
Guys.